And good morning, and welcome to the WSJM.
Let's say that again.
Good morning. It's the WSJM morning show for the third day of January. Happy New Year, 2025. Have you miswritten 2024-25 yet? Have you had any cause to do a year right?
I have not. And yesterday was easy to do 2025. So,
okay, good.
Again,
not a challenge.
It's just, I think because of the way the holidays fell midweek, it's sort of like, okay, it just has chopped everything
up. We've been lamenting the fact that it feels like either a bunch of Mondays or a bunch of Fridays. I think this is the conclusion of the holiday week. Next week, I feel in my bones we're going to ramp up. Things are going to get serious again next week. We're going to get back to work. We're going to be productive. It's going to be a great 2025. Who knows what in the world do we have in store, but we've got that. So let's see. This hour, we're going to talk about the LSSU story. Oh, there it is. Lake Superior State University has a 2025 banished words list. I love this list.
Go for it.
Yeah, so we'll talk about that. We'll talk about other stuff, including, we were talking last hour, if you were on the radio or on the audio live stream, we were talking last hour about gifts that the administration, the White House administration, the Bidens personally reported receiving last year. Whenever you're a government employee like that, it doesn't matter whether you're the president or even a staffer for a member of Congress, you have to report gifts over a certain value. And those gifts cannot remain yours without some sort of exchange of money, because because they don't want people to get bribed.
Right.
The Prime Minister of India gave the First Lady a it's a 7.5 carat diamond, a 7.5 carat diamond. What would you say the average size is for most people, most gents out there who give their lady a ring for in exchange for marriage?
Average?
Yeah, the average size.
Probably 1 carat.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
1 carat. If you're fancy pants, you're going to go over 1 carat. Maybe you get to 2 carats. Who knows? But this diamond from the Prime Minister of India to Jill Biden, 7.5 carats.
Ooh.
That is huge.
That's big.
That's huge. And the funny thing,
they're not expensive anymore.
What, diamonds?
Yeah, no.
How do you figure?
Well, because of the appraisal on this price. They've dropped substantially.
If you were to go by the appraisal on this, so somebody, who knows? I'd like to know who appraised this diamond and not give them a job in jewelry. The appraisal on this diamond, according to the government papers, $20,000. I don't think that's normally what you can buy a 7.5 carat diamond for.
No.
$20,000. In fact, I would go as far as to say, if you let me buy $10,000, $20,000 7.5 carat diamonds, I could go into business for myself.
Oh, yeah.
And probably quadruple my money in like 2 days.
Right.
I don't know.
So the couple websites that we found, the average for that size diamond was $255,000.
Maybe it's occluded. Maybe it has some faults in it.
It would have to have some serious faults.
You hold it and it just shatters into,
or it's just a big milky cloudy mess.
Yeah. Here you go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Happy birthday, Jill. But we were talking about that, and I'm sorry I got sidetracked on that again. Now we have to get back to do some news, but we'll talk about the CIA, the Central Intelligence Agency. They have to report the gifts they receive as well.
I would think so.
So we'll talk about that here in just a couple of moments, right here on the WSJM Morning Show. Good morning. Happy New Year. Thank you for joining us. We'll be right back.
With the IRS ramping up enforcement, taxpayers across the country are turning to tax relief helpers. Call 800-885-0622 now. End IRS stress today. Stop collection efforts, wage garnishments, and sleepless nights. Tax relief helpers can help you or your business settle your tax debt quickly and affordably. Call the Tax Relief Helpers hotline at 800-885-0622. That's 800-885-0622. Start your relief today.
WSJM News Now. Team coverage from the WSJM Newsroom on News Talk Sports 94.9 WSJM.
Hey, good morning. It's the WSJM Morning Show audio. Audio.
Oh, yeah. I was looking. This is
Are
Paul
we going to have?
McCartney's-
You're such a screenager. Are we going to have to make this a no phone zone?
No, this is Paul McCartney's favorite song he's ever written.
Okay.
It's Here, There, and Everywhere.
Okay.
And I wasn't familiar with it, and I was trying to.
You're not familiar with Here, There, Everywhere?
No, maybe I am, but I.
What?
His second favorite one was Yesterday, which everyone knows that song, but so Yesterday.
Thank you for the random notes.
Yeah,
that's good stuff. We'll talk about that in a minute because I can't believe you haven't heard Here, There, Everywhere.
Well, I've got it right there, but you made me shut it off.
Well, because we're doing a show here. We've got news, we've got weather.
And well,
you look surprised.
I am. We're doing that again.
We're doing that again? Gee whiz. People come to expect this? Holy mackerel.
They want weather?
706.
They want news, talk, sports?
706 is the time. We got to keep our commitments here. 706 is the time. It's the WSJM Morning Show. Weather forecast for today. Mostly cloudy skies.
Oh.
Yeah, give you that. Chance of lake effect snow.
That hurt.
Take that. A few inches of accumulation of snow possible. I'm looking at a couple of the cameras outside, and they are deceiving, Mike, I will tell you, because it looks like a blizzard out there right now, but I think it's just flurries. So I think we're dealing with some flurries out there right now. So what that means here is nothing. What it means out on the highways, it could be some visibility issues. So do be aware of that. We do have northwest winds predicted today, 10 to 20 miles per hour, gusting up to 30. So that has brought our wind chill down. Even though it's like 25, 26 degrees outside right now, the feels like temperature is like 7. So it's chilly. Tonight's forecast, mostly cloudy and a chance of lake effect snow. Low around 18 degrees, northwest winds continuing at 15 miles per hour and then gusting up to 30 miles per hour. Saturday's forecast, partly sunny tomorrow. A chance of lake effect snow continues. Low around 18 and a high around 23. And then Sunday, same thing. Monday, same thing. Tuesday, same thing. So, you see where we're going here with this. The news for today, if you live in Three Oaks Township, looks like you have to update your emergency numbers. Three Oaks Township says that they're no longer being provided police services by the Village of Three Oaks Police Department. The village put out word to township residents this week that with the new year, the two entities could not reach an agreement, so the agreement between the township and the village for police protection will not be renewed, or at least has not been renewed yet. The village tells township residents who need police assistance to call dispatch to be connected with either the Berrien County Sheriff's Department or the Michigan State Police. Village of Three Oaks also encouraging all township residents to update their contact information to reflect the necessary police agency they should be calling in need of assistance. Anyone with questions, you're encouraged to call the Three Oaks Township office. We reached out to the Three Oaks Village manager and the township manager for comment. We have yet to hear back from either. 2 canines with the Allegan County Sheriff's Department are receiving new bullet and stab protective vests. The nonprofit Vested Interest in Canines Group is making the donations for canines named Cairo and Zadok.
Get it? Vested interest?
Vested interest, yes. Vested interest. Cairo and Zadok. Z-A-D-O-K. It's an interesting name. Vested Interest has been giving bulletproof vests to police agencies for their four-legged friends since 2009. During that time, since 2009, they say they've donated nearly 5,900 vests to police agencies in all 50 states. What?
Well, I'm just thinking, like, if you're going to name a military police dog, you couldn't name it like Princess or Daisy.
Why not?
I mean, you could. It'd be
Princess,
funny.
go get him.
Right. Princess.
Bite him in the leg. Let's see. The Allegan County Sheriff's Department says the vests will be embroidered with the words, born to love, trained to serve, loyal always.
Oh,
isn't that nice?
That is.
Yeah, and be delivered within 10 weeks. The department has had a canine unit since the early 1980s. Its canine do patrol work that includes tracking, building searches, narcotics detection. Each vest from Vested Interest has a value of about $1,050. So Allegan County getting a couple of free vests there. That's nice.
I would say that's a true valuation of those vests, unlike the 7.5 carat diamond.
Oh man, that somebody's got to visit that.
Yeah,
seriously, come on. The other news, Better Business Bureau of Western Michigan is reminding people how to avoid phishing scams. That's PHISH, phishing scams, as it saw the number of them reported in the region double for 2024. Better Business Bureau spokesperson Katie Grievous tells us a phishing scam is an attempt to get a person to reveal their personal information.
We've all probably received this text message at some point saying that our package has arrived at the warehouse, but they can't be delivered and we need to click on a link for more information. That is a typical phishing scam.
Grievous says the reported scam attempts ramped up during the holidays as people waited for packages to arrive and were more likely to fall for these solicitations. She says if you got a text or an email claiming to be from some service you may have used, check directly with the source.
If they claim that they're a delivery service or they claim they're your bank, call those places directly or go into the app or the website where you ordered that product from and check on that shipping directly.
The three most commonly reported scams to the Better Business Bureau in 2024 were related to online purchases, employment, and general phishing inquiries. Grievous says you can report scam attempts to the Better Business Bureau because, and it's good that if you do that because they share the information with their members directly, the general public, and with law enforcement authorities. And if your singing voice is itching for some exercise, the Pawpaw Community Chorus is looking for singers to join the choir for their upcoming spring concert. We should do this.
Oh,
We should do. Can you sing?
well,
Neither can I.
yeah.
Yeah, so I think that'd be fun. Director Teresa Vaughn tells us starting January
that would be
6th, the chorus will begin preparing for one of its big concerts of the season.
As a professional music educator, my goal in life, I want people to be able to enjoy and act and also learn. And I just want them to be exposed to a lot of different kind of music and learn to love or just keep, developing their love for music over the years.
It sounds like she's in an echo chamber.
It does.
How does that happen?
I don't know.
The chorus welcomes all singers from Southwest Michigan area, the whole area, to take part. Rehearsals will be held on Mondays at 7 p.m. at the Pawpaw First Presbyterian Church. The spring concert will take place on Sunday, May 4th. Vaughn says the selections include classic songs that everyone will love. Yeah, that's nice.
Do you think we could phone in our audition?
Phone in our audition,
Right.
maybe. Maybe. Probably wouldn't fly too well. Also, one other thing, I need to look at my license because I think I have the right license. Do you have the updated and enhanced license thing?
I do.
You do? Are you sure?
I do.
Yeah, I know you have a star. Do you have a star on your
Yeah.
license? What's the star look like? All right, you look it out. Michiganders should make it a New Year's resolution to get a star on your driver's license, but it can't just be any star, as we're going to check Mike's license here in a second. Beginning May 7 this year, don't put your license on there. That's private information. You need
When
to
Pat
be
was on here, he showed a picture of what that onesie beanbag chair or whatever on his phone, and he held it up. You couldn't see it. I was looking at so
That's great
you can't see
information.
it.
Hang on one second with that. Michiganders, beginning May 7,
digress.
you need to be Real ID compliant to fly or enter certain federal facilities. Keep your thing out. You got there?
Yeah.
All Real ID compliant licenses have a star in the upper right corner. Michigan's old license, being phased out by 2029, also has a star in a gold circle. The new design has a star in a silhouette of Michigan. Do you have the silhouette of Michigan? Okay, you do have.
I do.
You do have the current one. All right, you're good. You're in good shape. But if you don't have a star at all on your license, get one because you need to have that to be Real ID compliant.
And they've been saying that for a couple of years.
Well,
that you need to do that.
They have,
And they keep pushing it back and pushing it back. But
and I don't know why they push it back. Just don't push it back.
Right.
Be stern. Let people not fly. 7:14. It's the WSJM Morning Show. We've got more to talk about in a minute. We'll go through again the LSSU list of banished words. We'll continue talking about the list of gifts to the some of the government officials, including CIA Director William Burns. He received some pretty pricey gifts. Want to know from who? We'll talk about that in a moment.
I do.
We'll talk about that in a moment here on the WSJM Morning Show. Sports.
The final college football playoff quarterfinal yesterday at the
All right. Yeah.
All right.
All right. Okay, there we are. Yeah, they did. They kept pushing it back. And I mean, if you're going to have a deadline, keep to it.
Yeah, but that's the problem.
What's the problem?
They don't keep to it.
Oh, they don't keep to it. Yeah. Well, that's true.
And then it's like, like when you always say it's going to be partly sunny and it's partly cloudy.
There's a
Nobody
saying.
believes it.
There's a saying in government.
Yes.
Nothing drives action like a deadline.
Oh, yeah.
If you adhere to it, that's the part in parentheses that people forget.
Right.
If you adhere to it, nothing drives action like a deadline, as long as you adhere to it. It's the WSJM Morning Show. We're on the video live stream. Good morning. I'm Ken Lundberg. Here with me is Mike Weibel, who doesn't care about sharing personal information on the video.
No, not at all.
So what got you on this topic? We've got a couple of seconds here. What got you on the topic of the Beatles and Paul McCartney's favorite song?
It was on looking for Google this morning, Google search. It came up as what was Paul McCartney's favorite song he's ever written, which was a long article, and he had to go all the way down to the bottom until they finally acknowledged what it was. Yeah.
Oh,
but that was his favorite song, Here, There, and Everywhere.
It's a beautiful song. It really is good. And would you say, was that on, wonder which album that was on. Was that on Sgt. Pepper? No. What was it on?
It was on, well, I think it was on the one.
Here, There, Everywhere album. Oh, it was on Revolver. There you go. Yeah. Oh, Bill has a solution for why we have to change our license. It's because so they can charge more for your license. Ain't that the truth?
Yeah.
Man.
Bill's
I tell you,
got good
you know,
stuff.
the other funny thing, Bill, is, and Mike, I don't know if you've experienced this, but license tabs, both Stephanie and I, we didn't get notifications for license tab renewal. You know how you have to do it on your birthday all the time?
Yeah.
Have you stopped getting those renewal notices?
No, my wife does that, and she gets those. So
that's not fair.
Yeah. So, but I used to have the problem. I had one vehicle that would never get a renewal notice.
Yeah.
And then if you didn't, it was just always. And I
hang
went
on
down there and
hang on a sec.
Okay.
Hang on a sec.
Snow. A few inches of accumulation is possible. Highs in the mid-20s. Winds at 15 to 20 miles per hour, gusting to 30 miles per hour. Tonight, mostly cloudy. 30% chance of lake-effect snow. Lows in the mid to upper teens. Winds at 15 miles per hour, gusting to 25 miles per hour. I'm WSBT 22's weather forecaster, Aaron May.
The Morning Show with Ken and Friends on 94.9 WSJM.
You haven't remarked about, you haven't said anything about my shirt yet.
You told me not to.
Well, don't tell people what it is yet. But now that we're on the video live stream, people can see it.
Yeah.
And then we can talk after that.
Okay.
So I'm wearing a Christmas gift. My oldest son, Stuart, gave me something from his heart, as all my sons did. Gave wonderful and very thoughtful gifts this year. So thank them again for that. But Stuart gave me something very near and dear to his heart, and so I'm wearing it today. I thought today would be a great day.
It is
a great day to wear it. And so if you want to talk about it, we can talk about it on the video live stream. Just come over there. It's on Facebook. It's on YouTube. Just type in WSJM if you've not already. And there's a simple way to make sure that you never miss an edition of the video live stream. How do we do that?
You like, follow, and subscribe, and then you hit the notification bell so that every time we go live, bing, you're notified.
Yeah, because we set up the live stream in advance.
Yeah.
And so it'll sit there in the YouTube queue or Facebook queue saying, hey, this is about to go live. This is about to happen. This is going to happen. So anyway, you can watch that. We talked last hour about the $20,000 7.5 carat diamond that the First Lady received from the Prime Minister of India. They have to declare gifts that they receive from foreign heads of state, or basically any gifts they received while they're serving in a public capacity. They have to declare those. Those are declared, and a value is assigned, and then at the end of their term in office, all of that goes to the archives. That's where it's supposed to go.
Yes.
Or if you like something and you're like, boy, that's a really nice thing, I want to keep it. I'll give you the valuation for it, and I'll take it. The valuation placed on that 7.5 carat diamond,
is
7.5 carat diamond. The valuation that's on it is $20,000. What you found was the average for a 7.5 carat diamond somewhere around $200,000.
$250,000.
$250,000. So $250,000.
Right.
So we'll see. I mean, I wonder, can that go to government surplus? That'd be cool. Because I would offer $20,000 for that thing.
Right. start debating off at $5.
I want to get it appraised first, though, just in case.
Unless it's a cubic zirconia, I don't see how it could be worth $20,000.
Even a cubic zirconia, at 7.5 carat, if it's pretty, if it's nice,
right?
Yeah,
I mean,
for $20,000, you can buy the 7.5 carat diamond,
right,
or a used car that needs work,
right, a vehicle.
All right. So we were looking at that disclosure list. Some of the other things, let's see, that were declared by government officials. CIA director, CIA, Central Intelligence Agency, the spy chief.
Yeah.
William Burns received an $18,000. I've got a research project for you. Astrograph. Look up astrograph. He received an $18,000 astrograph.
Okay.
Which I have the definition here. It's apparently a telescope and an astrological camera.
Okay.
And you're supposed to disclose where you received it from for full disclosure and transparency.
Yeah.
Although because he's the CIA director, he took another route. He said, I received it from a foreign source whose identity is classified.
Wow.
It's classified. But he did declare the gift. $18,000 astrograph. Find out who even makes an astrograph? Is that like Canon or Nikon or somebody like that? The astrograph is being transferred to the General Services Administration, the GSA, which I'm sure it'll probably be taken out again by the CIA. Burns reported receiving and destroying, how about that? Receiving and destroying an $11,000 Omega watch.
What?
Yeah.
How did you destroy it?
And numerous others did the same with luxury timepieces. What does that even mean?
So somebody gave you a watch and you're
11,000,
like,
not a watch, an $11,000 Omega watch, and then you destroy it?
Mm-hmm.
Does that mean I put it in my sock drawer and now it's destroyed?
Right.
Let's see. Below the rank of director, the CIA employees who reported gifts are not identified, but one of them logged an Omega Seamaster Aqua Terra watch, a lady's Omega Constellation watch, a diamond necklace, an earring bracelet, and a ring that together were all valued at $65,100. I'm thinking that is a CIA operative in the field who's getting gifts from an oligarch of some sort.
Yes.
Some very rich person. And so they've declared all these gifts. They're not going to give them back, and they're going to give them to the federal government. So good on you.
Or they're broken. They're just broken and destroyed. And so I put it in the compactor.
Well, as a matter of fact, all of those are now listed as destroyed. That's according to the report.
Mm-hmm.
As was a $30,000 women's jewelry set from the Libyan jeweler Al Gru, consisting of a necklace, a bracelet, ring, and earrings received by another CIA employee. Anyway. Oh, here's another Rolex. Here's a Rolex. Another CIA employee reported receiving a men's Yachtmaster 2 Rolex Oyster Perpetual watch worth $18,700. Another reported getting a ladies' Rolex Oyster Datejust valued at $12,500. Another one got a Rolex Air King watch for $7,450. All three watches were also destroyed. Why are they destroying watches?
Yeah, that just...
If they're bugged, give them to me.
Right.
I will wear it.
And talk to them.
Who cares?
Yeah, I'll misinformation whoever you
That's
want me
Dick
to.
Tracy here. Now I'm crossing East Napier Avenue. Let's see. Yeah. Oh, somebody got some perfume. Do you know anything about, I don't even know if this is the right pronunciation, Amouage? Amouage?
No.
Amouage?
I don't know.
Amouage. This perfume worth $10,670. Hey, what'd you get your wife for Christmas?
Perfume.
Was it this?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
and a 7.5 carat diamond.
But then she destroyed it.
The destruction of the perfume, by the way, is called pending in the report.
Pending?
Pending.
So that's
Lordy. Oh, that's the thing.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's like a telescope on top of a telescope, which is actually a camera. Okay.
And
well, that's cool.
That's an amateur version, and the big ones are on like observatories.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
You give that to the CIA director. All right. So enough fun with that. Let's talk about the Lake Superior State University. We talked about this just a little bit earlier. Andrew Grain gave us a report. By the way, Andrew Grain, flick pick next hour.
Oh,
if he held to his word, he's going to give us the Nosferatu.
Okay.
Which has been up in a podcast, but he went to the movie a second time and loved it even more. So
Really?
I don't know if he's updated his review, but Nosferatu, got to go see it. I can't wait. I love that. I love the original because it's just classic piece of work, and the update sounds really cool. So we'll get that flick pick report in next hour here on the WSJM Morning Show. But talking about Lake Superior State University, they put out their annual banished words list. And on this list, let's see. If you know, you know. They say that's tired and overused. Sorry, not sorry. They say that's stupid. Skibbity. Nobody even knows what that means. It's just a viral word. Let's see. 100%. Yeah, that's another.
Oh, yeah.
They want to say that's another banished word. It's possible to be overenthusiastic. This is what they say about it. It's possible to be overenthusiastic about retiring the phrase 100%. Absolutely. Its overuse has left no room for nuance or doubt. A phrase predominantly nominated for its overuse. Some felt it was simply not applicable. Some, since when should a percentage be used to describe your agreement in a conversation? I agree with that 100%.
Right.
I have no problem with 100%.
I don't either.
Yeah, I don't know. Utilize is another word they want to banish. Yeah, utilize.
Why?
I don't understand why. They say it's a classic offender. Utilize proves that that longer is not always better. Why complicate things when use works just fine? That feels like dumbing down.
It really does.
I don't want to do that. One of the folks who didn't like the word utilize says, "Write like you talk." Lord, I hope you don't talk like that. I use utilize.
Yeah.
I utilize.
Right.
There.
Utilize it quite a bit.
Another one, and my dad, God rest his soul, would not like this one. He loved this word whenever he and I were having a discussion, and it wasn't a friendly one.
Right.
Lake Superior State University says the word period should be banished. He says in this, they say, yes, we understand your point. No need to verbally punctuate it. Overuse has turned this into a period we are ready to end. Teresa from Detroit, Michigan recommends we banish this word by putting in a bottle and sending it out to sea. So, I mean, basically, if you're saying something like, hey, you will punch your time card, period. The end. That's what my dad used to say, period, the end.
Period, the end.
Yeah.
So I like, who gives them the right to banish these words other than just a bunch of students sitting around coming up with words?
Yeah. Because if they I would suggest that they have a point here that some of these words are overused and it's kind of silly. But until they stop the up talking, I'm not going to go to the banished word list anymore.
Right. Well, and then, when we had Samuel in here, there's a whole realm of fresh words.
Yes.
That are, culture today, things change on the fly. So it's, I just don't understand why utilize is overused. I just don't get it.
I think they're probably just saying, don't talk like a bureaucrat. Don't say, 5 syllables when you can only get when you really mean one. I think that's fine. And I coach some of the folks around here who are our contributors, news contributors. Write like you speak, because conversational, it's more approachable and it helps people understand faster. But I don't think utilize needs to be banished. Skibbity? Nah, I don't want to banish that one either because it's fun to say.
Right.
Skibbity. If you know, don't use that.
No.
I don't use that. I would like to add certain things to this list. Maybe you have some as well. It's been a hot minute since.
Oh, hot minute, yeah.
Yeah. Hey, it's been a minute since I saw you, or whatever. No, it hasn't. It hasn't been a minute. It's been 5 weeks. Let's utilize more precise measurement.
Yes. Yes.
All right.
Hot minute.
All right.
What one that I do not like is my truth. That's my truth.
Oh yeah. No, there's only one truth.
Right.
Yeah. My truth. My view.
Right.
I'll accept
my
that.
Opinion, my view.
My view, my opinion.
But my truth.
Yeah. Now that you're right, because that connotes a little bit more than opinion.
Right.
I think we're
Means
okay with
I'm
that.
right and everybody else is wrong.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh, so people are enjoying the shirt. The looking over at the video live stream. We'll talk about that in a moment, but I am wearing a Christmas gift today. I'll unveil what it is, but you should, if you want to see right now, you can go over to the video live stream on Facebook or YouTube
and
see for yourself. All right, we've got news to get to. Our ABC National and World News is coming up in just a moment. We'll have the latest from our WSJM newsroom. We'll also have a Bloomberg Financial Minute before all that, and we'll check in on weather. It's all right here on the WSJM Morning Show. Thanks for joining us.
Something amazing is happening in data management.
I agree with you. I mean, I think that you can't be too willy-nilly about words that you attack.
Yeah.
Utilize.
Right.
It's perfectly fine. Maybe some people overutilize it. It's like when people say
100%.
Yeah, 100%. It's like when people use the wrong word. Like, I'm a stickler for making sure that people say champing rather than chomping. A horse champs at the bit. That's the term. That's the phrase. They champ at the bit. They're not chomping. They are chomping. I mean, you can chomp a carrot.
Right.
You can chomp your bit. But when a horse is waiting to do something or somebody's waiting to do something, I'm champing at the bit to go.
Right.
That is what the original phrase. So I'm fine with just making sure that words mean things and that you're using the right words. But yeah. I think some of these words are miscategorized. I don't know why they're saying era should go away either. Unless you are Taylor Swift, it might be time to leave era behind. The term's overuse. Go ahead.
No.
Go ahead. That sound, man. That sounds gross. The term's overuse has made every fleeting moment feel like it demands a historical marker. Leah of Holland, Michigan submits, thanks to the name of Taylor Swift's tour, now there's an era for everyone and everything. He's in his fatherhood era. I've not heard of that. She's in her pottery making era, et cetera, et cetera. It's overused and it's tiring. It sounds like Leah of Holland, Michigan is a little bit.
Yeah.
So anyway, I think era is okay.
Somebody's more than partly cloudy.
She's blizzardy. Let's
100%.
see. Game changer, cringe. Cringe is the number. I'm okay with cringe going away.
Yeah.
They say it overstayed its welcome. That's fine. Overuse has dulled its impact. Did it ever have an impact?
I don't know that it did, but obviously they think so.
Made me cringe. I'm okay with that. Okay. Anyway, so that's the opinion of Lake Superior State University, sprinkled in with our opinions as well. U-Haul has put out their new list for migration. You ever use a U-Haul?
I have.
It's not a lot of fun.
No, it's not.
No. Although I will say the local U-Haul, it was easy to get in and out of there. And the equipment, reliable, everything was good to go.
I've always had a good experience with U-Haul.
Yeah. This one time I rented a U-Haul to get a 7.5 carat diamond out of Washington, D.C.
Right. Needed a big one.
Man, oh man. So anyway, they've put out their migration thing. So we'll take a look at how Michigan ranks with other states as far as who's moving where. We'll get back to that. We've got to listen to the Bloomberg Market Minute and get back for news and weather right here on the WSJM Morning Show.
But the futures are higher this morning. Gina Cervetti, Bloomberg Radio.
The Morning Show with Ken and Friends on 94.9 WSJM.
You can tell that we're getting into the thick of it because my co-host Mike Weibel here has now popped the top on his Pepsi Zero.
Yep.
Have you had Coke Zero?
Yep.
Do you know what Coke Zero is?
I do.
What is Coke Zero? Why is it zero? What is the zero? What does it not have?
Sugar.
That's it?
Yeah.
Okay, so it still has the caffeine.
Yes.
So what differentiates Pepsi Zero sugar or Pepsi Zero or whatever that is and Coke Zero? What differentiates that from like Diet Coke?
Well, see, that's the technicality. I think they're just remarketing.
Oh.
And so
you think it's the same stuff, just different can?
It tastes like the original sugared version because of the sweetener, but
the
Diet Coke has its own taste.
Okay.
Like Diet Pepsi does as well. But this is very similar with zero sugar is the whole
Oh,
but probably, it's like many other things, probably enough chemicals that it validates any health.
But again, what differentiates zero from diet? Do we know?
I don't know. I've really not looked into it.
Okay. Well, I'm cringing at that, Skibbity.
Right.
100%.
100%.
This is the look into zero Pepsi era.
Well, I'll be ready for Monday.
All right. 7:35 is the time. It's the WSJM morning show. And let's see, taking a look at the weather outside right now, we see some flurries out there. Some snow is starting to stick around on the ground, at least in our parking lot. It doesn't look like it's sticking too much to the streets out there, but do be careful as you're driving around. Also, it may be 25 on the temperature gauge right now, but the feels like is like around 7,
right,
or 6, depending on how strong the wind. Yeah, depending on how strong the wind is right now.
Look a little windy out there.
Buchanan, 24 degrees. The feels like is 8 right now. South Haven, 26 degrees. The feels like is 5. New Buffalo, the feels like there is 5 as well. We've got the forecast for today. It does call for partly or mostly cloudy skies. Chance of this lake effect snow hanging around, a few inches of accumulation possible by the end of the day. The high is supposed to be right where it is right now, 25 degrees, but those winds are going to keep it cooler. Tonight's forecast, mostly cloudy, a chance of lake effect snow. Low around 18, the winds continuing and gusting up to 30. Saturday's forecast, partly sunny. Chance of lake effect snow continuing, a low around 18, the high around 23. Same thing for Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. That's it. Mostly cloudy skies.
So we could just do the same forecast. Well, Adam May, right? We could just use Aaron.
Yeah.
Over and over. He doesn't even have to call in anymore.
Yeah, I'll put that into consideration. This is the era of consideration on whether or not we're going to do that. It's 7:37. We've got ABC News now, and then our local news is coming up next. Thanks for listening to the WSJM Morning Show.
ABC News, I'm Brian Clark. The families of the victims of the New Orleans attack are discussing the hard lessons they've learned.
Life is so fragile and so short, and it can be taken at any given moment, and you really need to love those around you.
That's Jack Beck talking about his brother Tiger Beck, one of 14 people killed in the truck attack. And authorities say the attacker was inspired by ISIS. ABC News has obtained a bulletin sent by the FBI urging law enforcement to remain vigilant in case of copycat attacks. The Surgeon General wants warning labels added to alcohol, warning of the increased risk of cancer from alcohol consumption. It's similar to the labels on cigarettes. President Biden decided to block the nearly $15 billion sale of U.S. steel to Japan's Nippon Steel. An announcement's expected today. And the new Congress convenes today. The first order of business is voting for Speaker. Mike Johnson wants to keep the job, but ABC has counted 17 Republicans who are non-committal. This is ABC News.
WSJM News Now. Team coverage from the WSJM Newsroom on News Talk Sports 94.9 WSJM.
Hey, thanks for joining us on the WSJM Morning Show. Good morning. I'm Ken Lundberg. Here with me is Mike Weibel this morning. It's Friday, January 3rd, 2025. Happy New Year. Hope all your resolutions are going well so far. Some of the news that we're following from the WSJM newsroom today. The Berrien County Board of Commissioners met for the first time this year yesterday and conducted their annual organization meeting. We'll tell you who got what committee assignments. That's coming up at 8 o'clock this morning. Also, there was a call for some more unity among the commissioners.
Yeah.
They were talking about kind of a contentious election season.
People said some mean things.
That apparently, I mean, that's the implication here. The chair of the Berrien County Commission, Mac Elliott, said some people may regret what they said during the campaign, and it's not too late for everyone to admit their mistakes, forgive, and focus on serving the people instead of political parties.
Right.
Yeah. So I think that's a good message.
Like the overused word, sorry, not sorry.
Oh, yeah. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not a good application.
Other news that we'll tell you about at 8 o'clock this morning. The seasonally unadjusted unemployment rate in Michigan ticked up in November. The Michigan Department of Technology Management Budget announcing yesterday the November unemployment rate statewide, 4.8%. Here in Berrien County, 4.9%, which is up from the previous month and up significantly year over year. Other numbers in the area: Cass County 4.7% unemployment, and Van Buren County 5% unemployment. We'll dig a little further into those numbers at 8 o'clock. And then also we'll give you the update on the 2025 first robotics season. It officially kicks off on Saturday. They do the big unveil to understand exactly what their objectives are with the robots this year. That happens tomorrow. And I know a lot of young people who are competitors in that are going to be looking forward to that and really putting their brainstorming hats on, getting together to understand what they're going to need to do in the 2025 First Robotics Challenge to try to win locally, then to the state and to nationals/world competition. It's really exciting. You ever been to a First Robotics?
I have not.
You need to go this year.
All right.
I can get your press pass.
Oh, that would be great.
Yeah, so we can go to the pits. We can go to the sidelines.
Can we go live? Can we broadcast live?
Well, it depends on who wants to sponsor us. Call for sponsors right there.
Right.
Because it takes money to move stuff around.
Right.
But I think it's a good idea. We talked with Tim Dunai yesterday here on the show. I know you didn't listen yesterday.
No, I didn't.
But anyway. All right. We'll talk about that later.
I didn't listen.
The WSJM morning show continues at 7:41. We've got sports with Dave Wolf coming up in just a moment. But first, let's get a look at state news.
The Michigan News Network.
Yeah, I think your homework assignment in 2025, make a resolution.
Mm-hmm.
Listen to the show every day.
Every day.
What do you mean every day? Of course, every day. I listen every day.
Because you're on it.
All right, let's catch up on our video live stream comments. Bill said, let's see. Oh, they've been coming early. I got my renewal notification in December. Huh. Okay. Yeah, my renewal notices have been non-existent where the dog has been eating them.
Oh.
Which would explain his stool habits right now, which are not pretty. Diane says, good morning, Bill and all. Good morning, Diane. We had a dusting in Buchanan. Yep, I heard a lot of areas got a little bit of dusting of snow overnight. And then Dan Norton says, you got Elon on the show today? That is from the Occupy Mars. So this shirt is actually a SpaceX t-shirt.
Oh, nice.
Stuart got this. He got this for me from SpaceX. He's a big fan of Elon Musk. He really admires his drive, his initiative, his entrepreneurial spirit, and the things that he's been doing with SpaceX, especially. In fact, Stuart has been flying his drone all over the place and sending me some fantastic videos. We're nerds. We love the gadgets.
Yeah.
And so this is his either second or third drone. I know it's his second substantial drone. There's a mystery around what happened to his first drone.
Uh-oh.
Nobody knows, and nobody's talking.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, so I don't know what happened to that one. But he's got his second drone now, and he's traveling around with that, so he's having a good time. But yeah, so he really, and that's hence the background of the shirt is Occupy Mars. Yeah. It's a quality shirt. I like it.
Nice.
I like it.
Looks good.
Hey, thanks. The funny thing though is I Googled it to find out if there was any subliminal meaning to it. If he was setting
like
me
a
up.
Good newsman.
Well, yeah. I mean, trust but verify, right?
Right.
And the funny thing is on the Occupy Mars when it first came out. I don't know if you can see this, but there's a thing on it, and the implication is that that's Mars.
Yeah.
But somebody, a journalist, said the only problem with that is that's a picture of the moon.
Whoops.
That's a picture of the moon.
Oh,
so I know
they kind of made it red, kind of go for that.
They did make it red, but it was like a harvest moon or something. It was some special moon. But and then I got to thinking, well, I wonder if that's because there was some sort of copyright or licensing fee that he would have had to pay to NASA if he had used a picture of the Mars.
Oh boy.
Right?
Yeah.
Because who's got a picture of Mars laying around?
Right.
It's originally sourced content.
Yeah, unless you get the CIA director with his $500 million telescope.
The celestial camera spy thing.
Yeah, astrograph.
He's just going to put that in his condo in Miami and just like look at the neighbors. Wow, look at that one. They're making flapjacks.
Nothing to see here.
Yeah. If you know, you know. All right. Let's see. We were talking about U-Haul. Yeah, basically U-Haul I think it's fine. I mean, it's not a scientific government survey or anything like that, but U-Haul puts out the trends of what they see as far as vehicles or trucks, rental units, where they're moving to.
Yeah.
And the South apparently is doing okay. Michigan, not so great on the list.
A lot of people driving
away
out of the state.
Yeah, out of the state. The thing I like about U-Haul is they have that campaign where wherever this truck is based, they paint the picture of it.
Yeah.
And so it's fun to see like Mount Rushmore vehicles in Michigan.
Right.
Or, I suppose we have Michigan stuff in Florida. There's probably a lot.
Sure, yeah. North Carolina.
Yeah. Have you taken down your Christmas gear yet?
I have not. It's up for this weekend.
That's what you're going to do this weekend?
Yeah.
Okay. You're not going to get up on the ladder again, are you?
Yeah, if I'm going to take stuff down.
Don't you have kids?
They're going to be gone. Everybody's leaving.
Oh, they're still here?
Yeah, I've got a couple here yet.
3 days. 3 days.
Yeah, wow.
The best fish goes bad after 3 days.
Saturday.
House guests.
Saturday.
House guests, pay attention. Here's a public service message.
PSA.
Public service announcement. The best fish goes bad after 3 days. House guests. Listen up. How long have they been there? You probably love having them there.
Yeah, oh yeah. But
did they erase all your Matlock recordings?
Yeah, they certainly did because I didn't have any.
I want to see the new Matlock. Have you seen?
I've seen the ads. Yeah,
it's got what's her name?
Her. Yeah, her.
Annie Wilkes.
Yeah,
that's the character she played in the scene. Matlock. Somebody's going to crucify me on this one. Let's see here. Oh, Kathy Bates.
Yeah,
I love her as an actor. She's great. She's really good. But I mean, it's hard with Andy Griffith, right?
Right.
To overcome that.
Yeah, he was iconic.
Yeah.
But I think she would be she's a great rewrite of that. Yeah. I think she'll be.
Okay. All right. I'll watch it.
Although every time I see her, I think of she was in that movie Misery.
Yeah, that's where I know her as Annie Wilkes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was her character in Misery.
Right. When she
hobbled.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
That was rough.
Yeah. That's the one I show to the kids when I say, okay, you leave the refrigerator open. This is what's going to happen.
Let's watch a little TV.
We'll be right back.
And to vaporize sore throat pain, try Vicks VapoCool Drops. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Today, mostly cloudy, 40% chance of lake effect snow. A few inches of accumulation is possible. Highs in the mid-20s. Winds at 15 to 20 miles per hour, gusting to 30 miles per hour. Tonight, mostly cloudy, 30% chance of lake effect snow. Lows in the mid to upper teens. Winds at 15 miles per hour, gusting to 25 miles per hour. I'm WSBT 22's weather forecaster, Aaron May.
The Morning Show with Ken Lundberg on WSJM.
All right. Yeah. Okay.
Gonna leave that there?
Just going to leave that one right there.
Right.
Temperature outside right now, we're looking at 25 degrees on the thermometer. However, the feels like in Benton Harbor is 6. The feels like in St. Joseph is 5. The feels like in South Haven is 5. And in Buchanan right now, it feels like 8 degrees. Dowagiac, it's snowing. And it looked like on the forecast, some of the lake effect snow was skipping over the coastline and then going inland a little bit.
Yeah.
So we may see some of that today, although I still see snow flying out in our parking lot. And it looks like the dusting has occurred. There was a dusting overnight. Yeah. But anyway, it's 7:49. It's the WSJM Morning Show. I'm Ken Lundberg. Here with me is Mike Weibel. We're on the video live stream. And for those of you who tuned in, thank you very much on the video live stream to understand what Christmas gift I was wearing.
Yes.
It was not my birthday suit. It was my Christmas gift, which was a shirt from my eldest son, Stuart. And it has on it Occupy Mars. And it's an authentic, unless it's a counterfeit, it's an authentic SpaceX t-shirt.
Yeah.
And I love it.
This is very cool.
It's very, very cool and very thoughtful. And Stuart, who goes to business school, really admires all the business activities that Elon Musk has turned into gold. I mean, the guy's Midas.
He is.
Midas touch. Except for X so far, but we'll see.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a nice platform.
Right.
Nice megaphone to have. All right. Speaking of platforms and megaphones, You ever run a U-Haul? We determined that you have.
Yes.
And what's the longest distance you've ever had to drive a truck? Like a U-Haul or any kind of big moving type truck that isn't your
Florida to Michigan.
Your regular deal.
And Michigan to Florida.
You drove?
Yeah.
Like a moving truck.
Yeah.
One that you didn't own.
Yes.
Wow. That's brave.
In fact, I actually, when I moved to Florida, I had the biggest truck I could get, and then had a car dial trailer behind it. And
oh my!
And actually, I had a little Suzuki Samurai. Remember those?
Yeah.
So I had a Suzuki Samurai.
The rollover is free, no extra charge.
Right. Well, it was so small you could just flip it back over. But I actually drove that up into the back of the U-Haul.
Did you really?
Yeah. And then packed everything around it, and then you're not supposed to do that.
You drove wow. I wish there were video.
Yeah, because I had 2x10s
Mm-hmm.
was my ramps.
You fashioned your own ramp for that?
Yeah.
Holy mackerel!
So
how many times did it fall off on?
It didn't.
Okay.
The crazy part was getting it out.
Yeah.
So I'm in Florida in a parking lot of an apartment complex.
Oh no!
With 2x10s sticking out as you go over, and you have to wait for them to enough weight to drop.
Oh,
and then
man, was there a whole crowd of people watching, going, "What's going to happen?"
Yeah. No, I
because it's Florida. People do that.
Yeah, it's Florida.
That's amazing, and I can't believe they were only like 2x10s, and that supported the weight of I guess it's a small vehicle.
Yeah, Suzuki Samurai.
You probably took the top off it, and it weighed half of half of its mass.
Motor was basically a Singer sewing machine.
No, those were Boss vehicles. A friend of mine had one when I was when those were new, and he put like monster tires on it.
Oh yeah.
And as soon as I think he tipped it. Like it didn't go over, but he went around a corner and like came up and was able to get it back down without tragedy happening.
Yeah.
He sold it right after that. Yeah.
Mine had a 1.8 liter engine in it.
1.8 liter?
Yeah.
Could have, it's a lawnmower.
So you put that thing, you had that thing in fourth gear, and the accelerator is to the floor, and you'd be lucky to hit 70 miles an hour.
Oh, geez.
So I would draft behind semi trucks.
That's smart.
Yeah. So a semi truck passing you, I would duck behind him, and then you could run 80 behind him in that draft. But as soon as you started getting away from the draft, you'd start to vibrate a little bit on the road, and then you go right back down to
Why don't they make those anymore?
I can tell you 3 good reasons.
Why don't they make those anymore? But speaking of moving trucks and moving, I have a moving story. I'll tell it at some point. Remind me. But I want to get to this story. Michigan is now ranking near the bottom in the nation when it comes to where people are moving. We already knew that. But this is new information according to research from U-Haul. And according to that, Michigan was 43rd in the nation for one-way customer moves. In other words, there were 42 states where more people were using U-Hauls to move into their states than Michigan.
Right.
Yeah, the top state. Let's do the top 10 of where people are moving to using a one-way U-Haul. The top number 10, Idaho.
Really?
Which dropped a little bit. Yeah, Idaho's a big boom. I mean, especially during the remote work, people were really loving, like, give me space, give me the West, give me fancy stuff. Potatoes are fabulous out there. Utah's number 9. Indiana, number 8.
What?
Yeah, Indiana, number 8.
Is this the same people did words?
Washington State, number 7. Arizona is number 6. Tennessee is number 5. Florida came in at number 4.
Okay.
The top 3 were North Carolina, Texas, and South Carolina.
Yeah, I can see that.
So North and South Carolina, people moving there, and then Texas, a lot of people moving there. Now let's look at the bottom of the list, number 40. So ranking of the least number of people moving into these states. Colorado was at according to the U-Haul statistics, the one-way statistics. Colorado was number 40. 41 was Connecticut. Then it went Maryland and then Michigan. Right? After Michigan was Louisiana. Not a lot of people moving there. Illinois. Not a big surprise there.
No.
Pennsylvania, New York, which we've seen the news stories about people moving out of New York. New Jersey, Massachusetts, and number 50 on the list of least number of one-way trips into that area, California.
Yeah.
Yeah, California. And that's where they were last year, too. Number 50 on the list.
I would think that Hawaii wouldn't have a lot of one-way U-Hauls.
No. I don't. Where's Alaska on this? Alaska's at number 27. No, 26. I've got Hawaii on it.
There's more people.
Yeah.
More people moving to Alaska than Illinois.
Yeah.
I mean,
and Michigan.
Yeah.
And North Dakota. No, Hawaii's on the list. I don't understand how Hawaii is on the list. They were number 25 last year, and they're number 26 this year.
Or something you could...
Yeah, just a U-Haul box.
Right.
Something like that. Let's see. Growth rankings are configured by each state's net gain or loss of customers utilizing one-way U-Haul equipment. So it doesn't. It can be a moving container. Yeah, you're right. It can be a U-Haul truck, a trailer, or a U-Box, which is a U-Box. Anyway, all right. Well, that's that. We have to come back in just a couple of minutes with our Moody on the Market update. We'll be right back. It's the WSJM Morning Show.
Rich Brand and Tarek Halsey of IMS Insurance Management Service, your local auto owners agency in St. Joseph and Niles, know it means something to have honest, trusted advisors to call.
Tarek and I, we love going to work every day, and we enjoy the people that we work with in our office, and our customers are small business owners. They're family-owned businesses, and IMS is a family-owned business, and we are a small business owner. We might not be manufacturing a good, we might not be selling a product or offering insurance products. We have years of firsthand experience and secondhand experience as well.
That's why I come to work every day, establishing those relationships and feeling like I'm an important part of their business. They're counting on me to make sure that this asset of theirs is covered properly, and if something goes wrong, they've got peace of mind of knowing it's going to be taken care of.
IMS, an auto owners agency in St. Joseph and in Niles.
We're watching over you. IMS Insurance Management Service.
The Morning Show with Ken Lundberg on WSJM.
It is time for our Moody on the Market update. We've got to get this in before the top of the hour, Mike. All right. Moody on the Market update. It's brought to you by Insurance Management Service. Call IMS today, your local auto owners insurance agency in St. Joseph and Niles. Box Factory for the Arts, kicking off their 2025 Gallery Exhibition Series. Series 1 exhibit has an array of creative artwork, including miniature works of art that you can take home for a price. Meet the artists at the Box continues with the opening reception happening later this month, Sunday, January 19th, starting at 1:30 p.m. It goes till 3 p.m., so it's a very quick, brief Sunday event. Light refreshments will be available. They say the multifaceted exhibition fills 4 galleries on all 3 floors of the historic Box Factory. The artwork can be viewed early from January 17th to February 23rd, but they've got that opening reception scheduled for Sunday, January 19th. Winter hours at the Box Factory, Thursdays 12 to 6, Friday through Sunday 12 to 4. So there's a number of featured artists who will be showing their works at the Box Factory for these events, that is. You can see that full list right there. I'm just scanning it real quickly to see if Pat Moody has any of those right there.
I would think, right?
It should be. You can see him. He's up on the top floor. But if you want to read that article and get more information about what and when they're doing at the Box Factory as far as their gallery exhibition, the Series 2025 kicks off with that opening reception on Sunday, January 19th from 1:30 to 3 p.m. Check it out. That article is at moodyonthemarket.com. And your Moody on the Market update is brought to you by Insurance Management Service. Call IMS today, your local auto owners insurance agency in St. Joseph and in Niles. Give a quick forecast here before we get to ABC News. If you're going outside today, dress accordingly because it feels cold. We're feeling like in the single digits. The forecast for today does call for mostly cloudy skies, a chance of lake effect snow continuing, a few inches of accumulation possible by this afternoon. The high today, as far as the thermometer goes, is going to be 25, but the feels like is going to be chillier. Winds are going to continue out of the northwest, gusting up to 30 miles per hour. Tonight's forecast, mostly cloudy, a chance of lake effect snow, low around 18. Northwest winds are going to gust to 30 miles per hour. And then Saturday, we're looking at partly sunny skies tomorrow, just a slight chance of lake effect snow continuing. The high is going to be around 23 tomorrow, and the low is going to be around 18. Wind is going to continue Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. All I see on the forecast right now is mostly cloudy skies with a chance of snow showers and chilly temperatures. So
that big snowstorm is going to miss us.
I think so. I think it's going to stay south of us.
Yeah, that's what it looked like
It looks like it, but I'm just waiting for that morning where we wake up and that isn't the case anymore.
Right.
We'll see. It's 8 o'clock.
From ABC News, I'm Brian Clark. The Surgeon General is calling for new warning labels on alcohol, citing a link between alcohol and cancer.
Okay, that does it for the WSJM Morning Show video live stream. Thank you for joining us.
Yes, definitely. Thank you for joining us on our first Friday of
First
2025.
Does it depress you to know that you weren't the first person in that chair for 2025?
No.
I told Tim Denai that he was my first in-studio guest for the new year, and he was like elated.
Really?
Yeah, he was bouncing off the walls. He was utilizing all kinds of skibbity.
Look at there.
All right.
But he won't be back on Monday.
That's true. That's true. You will.
I will.
You will. All right. It's the WSJM Morning Show video live stream. Thanks for joining us, and appreciate you having our backs on everything. For the new year, we're going to be bigger, we're going to be better, and we're going to be here on Monday. So we'll see you then. Bye.
Bye.